some smoke here. Hey, we found a door to go into the faculty club.
That door will hold for some time. Follow me into the study.
Yeah, the lethality, yeah. I guess I followed him into the study. I'm gonna explore though, because this is an RPG. Oh, like a chance to automatically kill a cultist or something? That could be. Okay. Doesn't look like there's any reason to explore. Oh, I was wrong. Well, weird, we can like walk into. This is part of the bookcase. Shiny thing.
This book looks interesting.
The Geiselton Scriptures. Okay, what did we learn from that? Steal life spell. Necromantic invocation, which allows you to drain the life from a single foe, restoring equal health to yourself. Let's just hang on to that for a second. Stoddard holds the purplish stone up to the light, turning it over by its odd angular edges.
Well, you said we destroy the thing. If there's no stone, they won't have any reason to hunt us, something like that.
I doubt it'll be that easy, Mr. Stoddard.
Professor,
He cast an icy gaze to Pendleton for a moment before returning the stone.
there are markings within, etchings in the form of tendrils. There can be no ignoring the head pains from prolonged exposure. This had a conjuring effect when brought in touch with a common radio.
Conjuring? The beast, yes. Norton had constructed a radio, and when
The creature entered your lobby, conjuration. But Norton's radio was unique. We won't know what was special about it and how it drew that creature into your sight.
Our sight? You don't mean to suggest things like that are around us now? Invisible?
Not as far as we know here. I wouldn't be able to speak for beyond the campus grounds.
Perhaps now's not the time to think about that too much. How do we destroy the damned thing?
We can.
Of course we can't, calmly. Is it indestructible? Must we conjure another horror for you to study before we will be released of it?
It is the first of those. I do not know this stone's purpose, but it does serve one. It originated from the realm of Yuggoth, and the use of it must be determined there.
Yuggoth. You said that before. What is Yuggoth?
Peace, Spliffle. Monroe feels disbelief rising in his body.
The short explanation of Yuggoth is a realm alien to our own, a sphere outside our solar system, uncharted in the heavens. So as you and Norton summoned creatures from that alien world, I shall use the stone to send you there.
Oh, so now we're gonna get sent to Yuggoth, apparently. That's it. I didn't think Yuggoth was a realm, though. They're kind of, I guess, maybe it is. Maybe they're just playing with the mythos, which is cool. I'm down with them playing with the mythos. Professor Stoddard produces an electronic apparatus from the drawers in the office. The device before Stoddard is what Norton Van Uther may have constructed in his fevered dreams. A metal panel holds dials, wires, meters, and a cone-shaped channel for stones of any size.
Stop right now.
Stoddard does not heed the commanding tone of Pendleton's voice.
Did you hear me? What is it you think you're doing? You mean to summon one of those things here?
No, Arthur, he means to send us over there. Webley's tone is a mixture of bewilderment and despair, as though he couldn't believe what he had already condemned himself to.
You mean? What does he mean?
When we use the stone to draw a monster into our office, he means to use it to send us to a place where it can be destroyed.
Send us? Hurtling through space via a hunk of rock and a radio? It isn't like we haven't seen it work before.
Monroe tries to quit pulling his gun and checking his bullets as he speaks.
Professor, how many people have been to Yuggoth?
The professor's expression is unchanged.
More have gone than have returned.
He says casually, as though asked the time. There is the sound of Pendleton's knuckles cracking again. Monroe sets his gun back into the holster with the familiar sliding sound. In Webley's mind, there is death and murder, the madmen outside, and Miss Nun. Suddenly, Monroe feels a sensation of vertigo wash over him. Then his vision fades away.
I can hear the ocean.
Oh, spooky.
Here, the stone!
In the rushing darkness, Monroe reaches out, and in his hand he clutches the dark stone. Unknown.
Nine hells, it's freezing. Where are we? I know this place, but it can't be. It is.
with tension now, frightened at his lack of understanding. What is it? Where are we? Are we still near the university? I've been here before for small game hunting. I think it's Orleans. We're in Cape Cod. By God, how? Monroe shakes his head slowly, his eyes blazing.
It is Orleans. We have traveled an incredible distance, yet I feel we are still here, rather than that place that Stoddard intended.
Quite a relief, Webley laughs, hurriedly for a moment, although I admit to being somewhat disappointed. I worked myself up a bit there. There is more of the sardonic now than there has ever been in Webley's voice. Pendleton does not detect the sarcasm, his face wide with bewilderment. Worked yourself up. We've just teleported from a town north of Boston to clear 70 miles away. His voice roars, hair coming undone. This is impossible.
We're all there, all the same,
Monroe concedes with a heavy sigh.
Let's find a way out of this wilderness and make sure it's still Massachusetts, not Yuggoth.
With the right tool, I could try to dig this grave up. Are we really going to do this? Okay, so these are graves that I'm seeing here. Yeah, we definitely do not have the right tool for that. Okay. Steely alertness fixes upon Pendleton's features. That was not a bear, nor an owl. Be on guard. That was a cool little event right there. Got a nice sound and then a little bit of text. Pile building materials. There appears to be something hidden beneath the stones. They're too heavy to move. I need something to dislodge them with. Okay, so there's two things that we need items for. Our guys are floating above the battle map, so it's a pretty goofy placement. Look at their shadows. Their shadows are like in front of them. Jeez, the freaking magic damage is just crazy. Wait, what did he get deduced? Let's try Force of Ether. $59. Awful damage, okay. Yay, he got stunned. Alright, we're gonna have to try out the fence thing next round, so now we need to heal with Webley. So, shoot the sorcerer. Miss. Let's try another Haymaker. No. Oops. Haymaker, the wrong guy. Okay. 70. So no special effect there. Oof. Dang. First aid is healing more though, so that's nice. And he's dead. Okay. It's interesting that it says that they're unconscious instead of like dead or something. Hey, holy water. Guys keep leveling up, but their max HP doesn't matter if we can't find like an inn or something. We only had a chance to go to a town like right in the beginning, or like a shop, I mean. And since then we haven't had any opportunity to pick up healing items or anything, which is kind of unfortunate and a little frustrating. Come on. Okay, doesn't appear to be anything down here. It's sort of a little bit of a maze. Nothing too bad. Jeez. All these guys again? I can deal with the blade and the elders as sorcerers that are nasty. Yes. their melee attacks really don't do very much damage at all. It's interesting. There we go. Probably still gonna lose though. Unless we can get a stun in. No, no stun. Oh, we missed. Oh, no. Oh. Jeez. Everybody has 1 HP. Give the water to him so hopefully we can heal somebody else. Still doesn't have enough sanity to start healing again. I think we're gonna teach Pendleton Steal Life. So we can heal himself at least. Cloaked man. The darkly cloaked man bursts up from the table, pointing a daggered finger at Monroe. Volgum Snarwall Shag Hofturn. Now the other man joins him. Signawali Arfatan Gothafagago Yog Sothoth. Oh, heal sanity. Man, I misread that. Cold Blade emerged. Good, just cold blades. Miss. I forgot to use steal health with the other guy. Okay. Oh, we missed. And he's dead. Only 27, dang. That was enough to keep him alive. I'm gonna try to get our HP up. How fast does tech points increase? Decently fast. So now we can do tech first aid on Pendleton. Maybe this is what I was supposed to be doing. Defend again. Check. First aid himself. He does too much damage to him to make this worth it, but at least now he has another first aid. So we're just gonna first aid Webley again. And then we're gonna kill this guy. Okay. Hey, another holy water.
Well, what? Is anyone beginning to wonder if we landed here by accident?
Oh, yes, that. Well, okay. What you're suggesting is difficult to fathom. You think Stoddard sent us here on purpose? I have a hard time seeing this as a coincidence. Maybe Stoddard is in on it. So... items. Holy water. Yeah, I was only reading Cure's Possession. Nice. Restore sanity, so let's use that on Webley. Whoa. Quite a bit, apparently, of sanity. So, let's just go ahead and mend flesh on Monroe. And try to use the first aid for the rest of stuff. Looks like he has a couple of vials on him. Camphor oil, smelling salts. What is camphor oil? Counteracts infernal itching. Guess that's a status ailment. And laudanum. Good amount of HP at the expense of a small amount of sanity points. Okay. Can we search this guy? No personal identification, but he's carrying a couple of textbooks on him. This must have been the philosopher of the two. Study of Man, Earth's Firewalk. Physique of two alike. Spell wither limb. Transfer of energies to temporarily boost the attack power of the target lasts 2 turns. 32 sanity to invoke. Wow. Okay, that's quite a bit. Is there anything over here? Doesn't look it. Let's head to the house. Can I look at the table? No. Oh, I should have saved. Cold Blade, Cold Sorcerer. The party got the upper hand, whatever that means. Come on, don't miss your attack. Hey, the sorcerer didn't get an attack off. Yay! Still not enough TP to heal. So the fights are really sort of difficult at first, but their stat boosts are so crazy when they level up that it's getting a lot easier. Three to attack, 4 to defense. Can we go through the back? No. Oh, there's the shovel. That's the item that we're gonna need to dig the grave. Really, the sorcerer is the only threat. Oh, focus. Attack power for the next turn only. That's cool. Giant's Throw. 92 damage. 10 damage. Alright, we're going to first aid Pendleton. Keep doing that. Miss. This guy misses his shots a lot. No, can't heal yet, so might as well just attack the blade. Stun. So we can first aid Monroe. Monroe's just gonna defend. He's going to defend. He's going to defend. Just want to get one more heal in before the end of the round. Let's try. Hey, Maker, can we stun him again? No. So you need to defend. You should be up to 12. Yep, okay. You shouldn't kill him. Certainly won't if he misses. And we can get a heal on Monroe. Keeps missing the attacks. More water. Monroe levels up. Webley levels up. Cloaked man. The roadman peers fiercely at the party briefly. Intruders. I understand that. A wave of relief tinges Webley's exclamation as the cultist charges. That's actually kind of funny, because he wasn't talking in the crazy Cthulhu talk. One thing I will say about this game so far is that it's been really... the pace has been really good. I haven't had any opportunity where I'm just like walking around talking to like 20 different NPCs. It's been pretty straightforward, which I do appreciate for a smaller game. Like, unless all the work that you're putting into the game is like really top notch and wonderful to look at and behold, like having to walk around and just talk to people is just like obnoxious. He carries no possessions, but Monroe notices for the first time a deep set of geometric crisscrossed scars upon the man's wrist. The brand looks to sear perpetually with the color of ichor. Their mark appears as though the moment a brand is applied. Some trick of the ink, perhaps. Someone's car. You don't suppose it belongs to one of these maniacs. We haven't seen keys for a car on anyone here. You've acquired a shovel. Okay, let's save the game. And before we go in the house, I suppose let's go to the grave and use the shovel. Okay. And same sort of deal, we just go for the sorcerer. Yeah, I like taking my time in RPGs too. It's just that a lot of them, it's like not worth doing. At least like these RPGMaker games, like they don't put anything there to really find. Like when there's stuff to find and it's cool, I dig it a lot too. Like one of my favorite parts about like Earthbound is walking around and talking to all the different people and all the cool little dialogue that was written and stuff. But for example, like Breath of Death 7 or whatever they call it is there's like nothing to find really in any of the towns. Like there's a chest in like a couple of them or whatever, but for the most part it's just kind of, I don't know, it felt less interesting than other games. It's like a weird tightrope between boring and interesting. I think Final Fantasy IX did a really good job of having environments to explore, but sometimes it did feel like a bit much. Pretty hefty knife, should do some damage. Fighting knife, huh? Whoa. try to like pay attention to the lore, but they don't put like a lot of planning and stuff in it. It ends up just being like, here's 7 names in some battle that was fought, 100 years ago, and it's like it has absolutely no context with the game. Like you're learning things that don't really flesh out the world and stuff. It's just like random facts. I see it sometimes when people plan like Dungeons and Dragons settings as well. Let's see, this fencing foil doesn't appear to really be doing anything for us, so I guess I'm just gonna go back to the blackjack. And then we have the grave to dig up. A lot of the time the action in the RPGMaker games is pretty lame too. Like, at least this has its own sprites. I mean, when it's basic RPGMaker sprites and just basic animations, it's just, oh man, pretty bland. I've got some of those I'm probably gonna play. Like this is actually a lot better than many of the RPGMaker games on Steam. Like, I've only seen a couple spelling errors, not really much. Whoa, dang, not really many grammar errors. Holy crap, that did so much damage. Oh, study. Reducing defense on an enemy. Oh, cool. So when they have those, like, that crazy AoE spell, like, even though I've leveled up quite a bit, that still nearly wiped out my party in one turn, which is cool. Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, people spend a lot of time on these, like, so it's fun to look at it and think how it could be better or whatever. I mean, I would love to make an RPGMaker game. It's part of why I'm playing through these. I'm curious what other people have done with them. There's this one free one. Let me just look it up what it's called real quick. Oh, I'm not sure. I don't have it on this computer. I forget what it's called, but you're like these kids at a high school, and like it's your job to like make people fall in love or something. And there's no combat, but the way it works is you like get items from. What's going on? Why isn't the game focused now? Come on. No, why can't I do anything in the game? Oh, there we go. You get like talking points by talking to other people, and then you have to like go to people and choose different talking points, and that's how you move the story forward and stuff. It was pretty interesting. Kokurasai or something. Am I truly going to resort to digging up a grave? I feel like this is a bad option, so let's do it. Well, was it worth it? Did you find anything? There wasn't a body, just a small chest. It carried another one of these cultish texts. A vision of Krente. Cardiac arrest spell. Causes high damage and disables the enemy for 1 turn. So this is repeatable, I guess. This is like a pile of knives. Do I really have that many now? Yes, I do. Cool. And I guess we can sell them later. Yeah, right. Infinite knives. Alright. So I guess if there is another store we can sell things, there's how to get infinite money apparently. I'm using a PlayStation controller and the analog stick is kind of funky. That's why I'm having trouble picking targets sometimes. Let's heal Webley so we can keep healing. Nice, we can take these sorcerers out in 2 hits now. Oh crap, I didn't mean to kill him. Wanted to heal Monroe. That's okay. So now we just have to go back to the house. It is kind of fun being in an area like the first random encounters are a challenge. Let's just save TP. I think it carries over between rounds. I'm not sure. One short. Come on. There we go. Evade. Water and Laudanum. Webley gained a level. Okay. Can we check out these barrels? Doesn't appear so. Out of the car. No, okay. Beep, 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 beep. Pump house. Oh, there's a person in here. Pump engineer. The man rises from reading gauges to regard you quizzically. Hello, he begins cordially enough. Are you here for an inspection? Are we here to inspect the premises? Lie or truth? Let's tell the truth. No, we're lost. Monroe affects some embarrassment at the admission. I'm not even sure how we got here, to be truthful. I mean, you didn't have a car? Didn't come out for bird hunting? Quail, yes. Orleans quail hunting. We simply lost our way and our rifles. Perhaps you could give us a ride to the highway. It would be very helpful. Oh, sure. That's not a problem at all. Just give me a minute here to gather up my things. Okay. So we have a ride down to the pump station. The pump sewers. Locked fast. We'll need to find a way to open it. Why? Why do I want to go down here? Need to find a way to open it. A firmly agreeable engineer now wields a heavy, long-handled pipe wrench with conviction and wrath in his eyes. I don't know who you are, so I'm gonna let the boys downstairs figure it out. He charges. Aw, man. I want to fight the pump engineer. He seemed cool. He evaded my gunshot. Hey, Maker. he doesn't do very much damage with that giant hammer of his. He was very easy to fight. Monroe gained a level. He's got a key on him, could be useful. The pump house key. That's how we open the door. Okay. Is there any, like, secret shit? No. It is very dark. It'll be hard to see much of anything in here. Yeah. Some sort of maze. Who designed this shit? Well, at least, like, not the game, I meant the pump house. This at least the sink is working, Monroe says dryly. Praise be. So do I get, like, free water? 3. No, okay. There's beds down here, huh? Bizarre. Looks like some dwarf fortress shit. There's some kind of painting fixed to the wall here. It's impossible to make out the details in this light. Okay. What do we have here? A lantern. I can hear fuel sloshing inside. It should last for some time. This lantern's light over the painting. Across the nameless field, under a moonlit night sky, wheat crops and puffy clouds are blown about by the wind. Mountains keep their stoic vanguard from afar. Keep looking at the painting, sure. Closer to the center now, Monroe is not certain this feature was present at first. There's a mass of yellow-purple appendages and maws. Jagged razor teeth sprout at reasonless sides of the tentacled horror now floating across the once verdant fields. Keep looking, of course. There are eyes now. Eyes of all colors, gibbering mouths, and countless tentacles feeling wildly about. At once the night sky is gone, the moon nowhere to be seen. All is blotted by this mindless, unspeakable horror. Monroe searches for words, thought, anything, and finds nothing. I thought I was going to have to fight a boss. What do we have here? This thing seems to be pulsating or spinning. It's difficult to say exactly which. I have no idea what it is. Me neither, dude. It's not something for us to fight. No, apparently not. They dug too deep. What the hell are these things? What do we have here? Light switch? It is the keeper and the key. It knows the way. It is the way. Rather redundant, isn't it? If we could move along. Some body crap right here. It would certainly do wonders to keep the employees in line. Arthur, Monroe says slowly, turning to face his employer and friend. Arthur looks to the ground sheepishly for a moment before waving Monroe off. Forgive me, a joke in poor taste. This is so unlike anything I've experienced. We've experienced. You understand what I mean. There's something under here. A butcher's knife. Oh boy. The dwarf is burning. I haven't played Dwarf Fortress in a long time. That game is pretty awesome. Hey, it's a thing. Look at that. No reflection at all. Funny trick. Received a faceless mirror. Oh, I'm a vampire. So we got the butcher's knife, which is just not as good as the combat knife that we found with our shovel. What does it say about heavy meat cleaver? Okay. And then we found a faceless mirror. Unlimited butcher's knives. Hey, another lantern. Oh, no, it's an empty water pitcher. Look at this tome. It has similar starry patterns to the ones at the university. Near wild ether. The spell Vivify. Restores an unconscious party member to full wakefulness. Returns a quarter HP. That's pretty rad. 140 sanity to invoke, though. Nobody even has that amount right now. Thank goodness this letter's typed now. If only I could read Spanish. Webley pulls the note from Monroe's hand and skims it over, reading some of the words aloud at times. And briefly it summons one elder, Nimpistu of the Society of Delphic Friendship, to the Star Hall of the Faith of Outer Darkness, which appears to be in Chile.
He sure left his quarters tidy before departing. How do you suppose he's to get there?
More importantly, what does any of this have to do with us being rid of this damnable stone? Pendleton's ire shone brightly behind his eye.
The stone dropped us right on top of a cult's playhouse. You don't suppose that's connected, do you?
Webley has not taken his eyes away from the letter. Bizarre that the stone brought us here, yet that they've made little mention of it. It does not appear to factor into their plans.
There must be something to discover here, some truth to this. We must press on.
Press on. Oop, oop. Can we do anything with this bookcase? No. Alright, so... Wait, did I already go up here? No, I did not. Because there's some weird shit up here. A rose pendant. A gold-hued charm with a ruddy red stone set inside it bears familiar tendrilled etchings. Can we equip it? No. Looks like the only thing we can equip are weapons. That's cool. Grizzly, what do you make of it? Monroe gingerly grasped the tome by its corner to avoid touching the blood soaking through the pages. The thick red substance rolls down the page and across Monroe's hand.
Damn,
He cries, shaking his hand away towards a wall.
it's still warm.
No, there was no blood trail leading out of here. I'm inclined to take your word for it, but Webley's got a point. Surely there would be a trail if a man were bleeding this profusely.
I agree, I'm telling you, it's warm.
Monroe ultimately resorts to rubbing his hands upon the bedspread before setting the book back upon it and turning over the pages.
It appears to be a private journal. Everett Swindon, Elder Emidos to the Society. He writes of a coming age of wisdom, making preparations. Their leaders have left.
Gone? If their leadership has abandoned them.
It doesn't sound like an abandonment. They've gone on to make ready. Yet it does seem to have left a vacuum here. Emidos mentions a fear for his life.
Did the leadership not appoint a replacement?
It's difficult to say. There's too much blood. I think we need to look around more. Something dire is taking place around us.
Need to look around more. It's a barbecue.
From Elder Amados to, it's just a sequence of symbols, circles, and squiggles.
Is the message still legible?
It's soaked with blood. It appears to have been written in great haste. Letters are scrawled with little regard for penmanship or line form. And that's before we get to the blood-soaked parts. Still, in between, I can make out something about being overthrown from within. This must be a plea to their leaders for help. Whoever the other elder is, he seems to have frightened Amados.
Okay. So this is like the first exploratory place. Like, I'm digging this right now. Like, we're learning about cult elders and some issues within the cult and, like, a readying people taking off. They're probably going to Yoggoth. So this is kind of cool. I don't remember where I've been. This is where we came in. Not exactly a lot of standing room here. Cult of hunchbacks, no doubt. Webley smirks. So many of these just look like utter tedium. Dictionaries, librums. This one has an interesting design on the cover. Take a look. Papers of Naga. What do we get? What do we get? A spectral razor. Shimmering ethereal blade slices the air, harming one foe with a chance for powerful critical damage. That's pretty cool. Is there anything in this podium? No. It's just a circle. Okay. Oh. Now that we have the lantern, I guess we can see this shit. That looks positively medieval.
Battle X.
Radical. Not a prop. Damn. It's quite the improvement in attack. There's playing cards.
It's a playing card, but it's a bit larger than normal.
This looks like a tarot card for divining one's future.
Sure, why not? At this point, what does it mean?
It appears to be the Jack of Wands. It can represent ambitious youth.
We got the Jack of Wands card. Okay. Is that just a key item? Yep. Okay. Can't investigate that. Another thing under the bed. Cultist letter? Monroe passes a note to Webley. Is it English, Monroe?
It is with, I feel, positive apprehension that we depart this morning for the far coast of Chile. I hope to see our fathers there, absent too long. I can feel it coming, breaking through. The letter trails off here.
Didn't see an envelope. No telling who intended to inflict this dribble upon.
Who he intended to. Okay. So they went off to Chile. Supposed to still find shit down here, I guess. Already looked at the painting. We did this shit. It's where we found the butcher knife. Let's see if I don't think it's unlimited butcher knives now. There's this thing. Does this do anything now? No. Huh. This doesn't do anything, whatever the hell that is. We've already been over here. So I'm not sure what we are supposed to do. Can't do anything with these, right? No. They look like they should be interactable. It just went up there. I guess what I can try to do is go back upstairs and see if it activates an event. It doesn't appear that way. Okay, I guess we have to go back down. Okay, so I'll fill the water pitcher. Oh. Okay. We filled the water pitcher. What are we supposed to do with that, though? I guess the black orb thing. Try interacting with that. Where the hell is it? So, I guess when they said that the water is running, I could have thought to use the pitcher. So that was pretty okay. I'm just like clicking on whatever now though. I didn't think to use the pitcher. I have no idea what the hell we would use a pitcher of water for though. There's water all over the place down here. Oh, maybe to wipe the blood off of the journal? I mean, that doesn't make sense because I would smear the ink too. Okay, maybe the painting. Oh, maybe this fire? No, we don't care about that fire. Okay. No need to do any of that again. Okay, not the painting then. So we have the water. Is there any hint from the key item, perhaps? No. And we have a faceless mirror, too. Are these items... So there's some sort of puzzle, I guess, we have to do, but I have no fucking idea. There's nothing that, like, has an item thing show up, like going to the grave or whatever. It was like, use an item. Like, nothing is doing that in this area. What are these? It's just like things on the walls. So there was different dialogue when we came up here. Is there anything special about this place? We got these rugs, can't do anything with them. Is this like a secret room in here or something? No, I don't think so. Really doesn't appear to be anything up here. Or down there, leaving us. I mean, these look really suspicious. I don't know what the hell they're supposed to be. Can't do freaking anything though. What am I supposed to do? There's fucking nothing to do. Okay, it does nothing. Oh, I don't mind being stuck in a game and not knowing what to do, but I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Like, this is, I think, like the third or fourth time I'm running all the way around this place. Hit and activate on all the items, all the things. So, I mean, this part of the design is kind of unfortunate. I don't think I'm being stupid. I'm pretty sure it's just very unclear on what to do here. Is this a clue? No. This is the keeper and the key. Like, there's nowhere for me to use an item. That's the thing. Like, what the hell? I don't know what to do. I filled the pitcher. Oh. No, those are nothing. I said we'd let the guys downstairs handle us. There wasn't anybody down here. What the fuck? Bizarre. Alright, I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette and look up online what to do, because I don't feel like wasting any more time.